What's up YouTube, Eben Star here, and welcome to our third recorded game of Anima Tactics. This is a 200 level game, and the scenario is Ambush. The attacker is Jake, and here is his Azur Alliance party. Freya, Adolf, team card, and Derrick Shazard is a Wanderer, taking advantage, the organization advantage, versus my church. So I'm playing the defender in this scenario, so I'm going to select Evangeline as the VIP that needs to get off the table for this scenario. With the team of Damien and Justina, their card, and Xavier. And the advantage I'm taking is Unshakable Faith. This allows models to come back from the dead by passing a resistance check of 17. This is going to come back to haunt Jake a little bit later. So we get a look of Derrick Zoolander there, off on the flank, reminding us that there's more to life than being really, really good looking. And Jake will set up his team of the twins and Adolf there on the other side. You're staring down... looks like my team of Justina, and I think Xavier is in the background there. So Jake is, this is his first time really playing Azur Alliance, and he's starting to get the feel for what this team is capable of. So he isn't quite aware of how fast and how dangerous those two twins are, and Adolf's role is kind of puppet master buffer there. This is my setup with Evangeline in the middle, and I've got Damien on that one side with Justina and Xavier kind of pulling up the rear there. My goal is to try to get Evangeline off the table. I'm going to start with her ability on upkeep. So within her control zone, we're talking +1 attack, +1 defense for everybody involved. So that's always a good thing, and I try to keep that up the entire game. Meanwhile, Derrick is going to start his game. Start the game with his Dragon Seal on upkeep, which is good. Jake is still kind of learning the game, so I don't think he manages this ability as well as he could. However, you know, first couple of games, no biggie. He's going to start off both twins in stealth, which is a good idea. And he's got Adolf there kind of guarding things. So Jake is going to win initiative for the first turn, and he's going to start immediately moving his... the light twin around. There she goes up and behind that tree. Jake is amazed by how fast they are. They are very fast, and it is quite intimidating to try to run a nun past these two. But we'll see how that works out. I move by putting Damien up first. I'm sorry, Xavier up first, because Xavier is going to be my hard hitter in this game. Even though Jake doesn't have light characters, I'm expecting Xavier to do some of that bodyguard / heavy lifting here. At some point, I do bring Damien up towards the middle of the board there, using his I believe it's a liveless or formless ability that moves him 16 inches. So that puts him in a snipe position with Adolf there. However, Adolf decides to move up on his own. This proves to be a little dangerous for Adolf, because he ends up walking right into the sight of Justina. So I didn't even realize this, but Justina tends to be very anti-mystic, and Adolf is a mystic, and so he presents himself as a prime target. Sure enough, I'm able to one-shot Adolf with Justina, something that makes Jake a little irked at Justina, and he will spend a lot of the game trying to exact his revenge on her. So, anyways, here comes the other twin. She charges Justina, and the two of those get into a melee. Justina is fairly outclassed here in the melee. She's more of a ranged character. Meanwhile, so there's a lot of damage going on back and forth, but Justina is taking the worst of it. And we'll see what happens there in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, the other twin has engaged with Xavier, and you can see I'm sneaking Evangeline right past them. The other twin manages to get a seal, actually, to take Xavier's AP away, and that's kind of irksome, so I have to deal with that. Meanwhile, I've got Derrick and Damien there duking it out, while my nun is trying her best to be inconspicuous and try to sneak off the board there. Now, the funny thing is, I took Unshakable Faith just to test it out, hoping that, you know, with my VIP being Evangeline, that she may actually need it at some point. But here comes the other twin there. She actually puts Justina down, so she kills Justina. However, Unshakable Faith keeps her around, and this pisses Jake off to the point where that melee is going to continue for the rest of this game. So I've got some more melee going on here between Damien and Derrick, and I'm sorry for my phone, it's kind of going a little crazy right now. And Jake is spending a lot of AP, trying to put Justina, or Zombie Justina down, as we call her, as she is unshakable in her faith. Meanwhile, Jake is moving the other twin around to try to ambush Evangeline, so he hasn't forgotten about the objective, so he's moving that other twin around there. I've got another melee here with Derrick and Xavier, with Derrick getting the better of that exchange. No shock there. Derrick is a, level 60 character, so, and he's great with his haste abilities, and he gets some great attacks. I end up throwing Xavier in there to kind of block things off, and I try to make my move with Evangeline. However, Jake has other plans in mind, and he's going to bring that other twin around with the intent of doing a diving attack. And this is quite fun. This is one of those fun moves that you can do in Anima Tactics. There are some very, very fun tactical type maneuvers you can do in the game, diving charge being one of them. So here he goes. He's going to do a diving charge off of that pillar. And for thematics, we thought it would be cool if she did that. It's very fluffy. So here he goes. He's going to jump down, attack Evangeline, do a bunch of damage to her. However, I managed to keep her around. Xavier is, meanwhile, clinging to life, exchanging blows there with Derrick. So, this game is looking pretty bad for me. However, I do manage to get an escape roll at the right time of the game, and I run off with Evangeline. I mean, I basically give up at this point. I'm not going to beat Jake's guys in combat anymore. However, I'm more than happy to throw a couple of dodges at this other Frey, who is incredibly pissed that Justina is still hanging around. So those two are going to be sitting there for some time. Meanwhile, Jake tries to pull off for a second and do a ranged attack on Evangeline as she's fleeing the table. However, he ends up being about a quarter-inch short, which is a rough spot for him. A little more combat ensues here between Derrick and Xavier. Derrick does not go down, actually, even though he's quite low on life at this point. So we'll see what's going on here. Again, I flash back to this roll. It's going to come down to one initiative roll to see if that other twin can actually catch Evangeline before she's off the table. So we both roll for initiative on our turn 6 or turn 7, I believe, at the end of the game. And you can see Jake's dice in the purple there, 9 and a 4, and I roll a 10 and a 4. Just barely getting past Jake, both of us using our Gnosis points here for that all-too-critical initiative roll. So I do manage to escape the table. This is actually a shot from Jake's second game. Hope you guys had fun watching this one. It was a very good game, very close game, and we hope to be playing a lot more Anima Tactics.